Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have something that we already discussed, and it's predictable. It's very predictable the way the West acts, and this is a little bit of my prediction. So you remember me talking about how US dollar is going down and how euro is gonna go with it, and how euro is gonna end up boosting itself by allowing certain two countries to join the Schengen zone and, well, abolish their own currencies so they can buy euro and use euro. Well, these two countries are now being granted Schengen membership. So let's see who that is. Romania and Bulgaria are granted full Schengen membership, and this is apparently a good thing. Romania and Bulgaria will become full-time members of the Schengen area as of January 1st, 2025. They are moving fast because they have to, completing a process that dates back to 2011, when the European Commission declared both countries ready to join. So they were always ready to join, but they were held back by the EU itself because they didn't have any need to do what they are about to do now. They were just saving them there for the rainy days. And now it's time to boost a little bit of their own economies, and since you're waiting since 2011, you're really showing interest in joining here, so this is what happens. And they don't want to make another mistake of allowing any chance of anyone coming in power in either of two countries that doesn't like European Union, like it was the case in Romania recently. And they did their own thing, what they like to do, and they fixed the problems. So now they're gonna integrate them a little bit more, so the people are gonna stay in power that they choose, like it's happening in Croatia. Croatian people hate their current government, yet they're somehow winning every single election. It's not a dictatorship, come on guys, it's democracy. So they're saying here that this is a great victory for Bulgaria, Romania, and all of Europe, said the Hungarian presidency of the EU Council, which had made the completion of Schengen a key priority. So this is not a great victory for Bulgaria. It is not a great victory for Romania. It is a little bit of a victory for Europe, and a big victory for the US, because they're the ones that is gonna really benefit from all of this. Europe is gonna benefit from it. They're gonna boost the value of euro a little bit, but that euro is gonna have to be used by the US to boost the really fast dropping dollar. I didn't expect this to happen this fast. That means they're even more desperate than I thought, but I expected this to happen in like 5 to 10 years, but 5 years at least, but they're really hurrying it up, and in January it's over, just like that. So, it is interesting. So now we have another thing. You do remember how Washington basically forced Ukraine to lower the conscription age, and they're like, oh, from 18 to 25 everybody has to serve now. And how I said that they killed your parents, your uncles, everybody from 25 up, and now they want to kill your children. Well, it appears that on social medias there is this thing happening. Don't know on which side I'm gonna put it, but there are literal children already serving in the Ukrainian army, and they're like these videos are glorifying this. They're getting thousands of likes. People are like, yeah, good job, kids. Really, they're firing mortars. Your kids, that's like 12 years old, trying to kill people and recording himself like, oh, look, I'm so cool. Like, they're already doing it. I told you they want to kill your children, and now it's happening. Like, I don't even know if Ukraine yet, like, signed the whole lowering conscription age, but this thing is beyond illegal. This is insane. This is not even like Hitler Youth. Like, this is like 12 years old. I'm guessing 12, but it could be less. I don't know. So, yeah, that's happening in Ukraine as they're kind of trying to negotiate with Russia. Like, oh, we are ready for peace, whatever. But let's see how ready they are. So, Ukraine unveiled a new domestically produced missile drone in early December, which should significantly enhance the country's ability to conduct airstrikes against targets deep inside Russia. This new addition to the Ukrainian arsenal has a reported range of 700 kilometers and can reach speeds up to 700 kilometers per hour. Interesting. So, everybody's like, yeah, Ukraine is doing this. These are not Ukrainian missiles, drones, whatever this thing is. How do you think Ukraine can produce this? This is only a cover-up, a new domestically produced missile drone. Just so you can say this is produced in Ukraine, if it hits anywhere near Moscow or anywhere inside Russia, we don't blame the ones that actually gave us this thing. This is what they're not saying. So this is stupid. They're clearly not producing this. They did not make this up like, oh, we just invented this. No, it didn't. Somebody gave you this. Maybe they gave them in parts and they just need to assemble it like Legos. But they did not make this. It's so obvious what they're trying to do. This is West trying to protect themselves. As Putin already said, if UK rockets end up hitting deep inside Russia, we're gonna hit deep inside UK. So that's the deal. And now they're like, oh, you know what? Ukraine is producing their own stuff. We didn't give them this. It's very much possible that, let's say that this picture here is the new missile drone, as they call it. It's very possible that they just gave them this and Ukrainians just repainted it, put a different paint on it, and they're like, we made this. So it's kind of unrecognizable. But believe me, Russians will know. If they drop any of these and they don't blow up, they're gonna see the parts inside. They're gonna see where they're coming from. They're gonna see who made them. And there's gonna be problems. So, this is not a smart idea. So we have, in a social media post showcasing the weapon, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the first batch of Peklo missile drones had already been delivered to the Ukrainian military and had proved its combat effectiveness. The mission now is to scale up production and development, he commented. You did not make it. Again, This is nonsense. This is Zelensky trying to like protect West from getting hit by Russians so he can run to the West when Ukraine falls. Just like al-Bashar, Syrian president, fled to Russia, to Moscow. But yeah, let's let's touch on that just a little. So he did fled to Russia, and Syria is now free. It's a free country. Everything is great, and flowers are growing, and everything's gonna be fine. But Americans are still there, even though they supply these rebel groups or whatever. They're now gonna start fighting them. Israel is already there. They entered, they moved their troops in Syria. So we have Israel enter Syria for the first time in 50 years to secure border buffer zone. They're just securing, that it's fine. That's what they are supposed to do. Israeli Prime Minister, the main terrorist of the Middle East, said Sunday that the collapse of Assad's... Oh, it's Assad. So I thought it was someone else. But yeah, the collapse of Assad's regime in Syria was a direct result of Israel's military campaign against Iran and its proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon. So Israel is taking credit for these rebels winning. Apparently, I don't know how, because these rebels would need weapons, and as we all know, Israel doesn't have a lot of weapons because they are getting all the weapons from the US. They don't have their own. US is supplying them with weapons, so if Israel sent these Syrian rebels some weapons, it's basically Americans sending them those weapons, and Americans are now gonna have to fight those same people because now they're not gonna be rebels anymore. They're gonna be ISIS and terrorists. And yeah, Syria, they think they're free now. They believe it because they're brainwashed by garbage like this. But in the end, is gonna end up like Libya. You remember Libya? You remember Gaddafi? How everybody was like, he's a dictator, he's a horrible person, a horrible leader. We have to kill him, we have to get rid of him. A lot of NATO countries were involved. He was killed and people were happy, like, oh yeah, he's finally gone or whatever. And look at Libya today. After all those years, there is still chaos there. Wherever NATO sets foot, it turns into garbage. Look at Iraq. Look at Syria. They've been there for a while. It has been a nightmare over and over again. Look at Afghanistan. It's an absolute nightmare. They're like back in Stone Age. Look, Iraq. Iraq, they lost so many people. Numbers are jumping. They kept saying, oh, it's 1 million. It's over 4 million people, apparently, that died because of the US. And it's still in ruins. That the whole country is horrible, in a horrible condition. And they're saying, oh, look at, Russia invaded Chechnya and Russia did this and Russia invaded Ukraine. Did you see recently how those countries look like today? Like even parts of Ukraine that Russia already took, that integrated into Russia, they're already repaired. Life is back to normal. You remember those ruined buildings and just the full city of ruins is now full alive city. I don't even know how they pull that off. So this is, people are happy. They have every right to be happy, but seriously, this is not gonna end well. So yeah, we covered some predictions we already did. We made a new prediction, so we're gonna see how this goes. I don't like these predictions because they are not good ones. They're not happy ones. Like everything is gonna be fine. We are all gonna have a good time. There's gonna be peace. I would love to make those predictions, but while these people are in charge, while the US is in charge, there's not gonna be any good news. So we can only make these awful predictions and they keep coming true. And I don't like it. But yeah, make sure you let me down in the comments below what you think about all of this. Make sure you subscribe. I'll keep letting you know what they're cooking while you're not looking. And I'll see you on the next one.